So, you did it. Big congrats. You've landed in the US with your E-2 visa, your business is up and running, and then, boom, that first letter from the IRS hits your mailbox. All of a sudden, you're swimming in this alphabet soup of acronyms. But don't you worry, we're going to get this all sorted out for you right now. Yeah, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? SSN, ITIN, EIN. It honestly feels like a secret code meant to drive you crazy. But here's the good news. It's actually a pretty logical system once you see it laid out. So let's break it down piece by piece and figure out exactly who in your family needs what, starting with you. Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about the adults. That's you, the E-2 investor, and your spouse. The most important piece of ID for both of you is going to be the Social Security number, or SSN. So what even is an SSN? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like this. It's your main key to unlocking, well, pretty much everything in the US. It's that unique 9-digit number the government uses to track your work and benefits. But for you as a new business owner, it's so much more than just a tax number. It's really the key to your entire financial life here. And look at all the doors it opens. This is why it's so critical. It's not just about taxes, not at all. Once you and your spouse have your SSN, which you get after you have your Employment Authorization Document, or EAD, you can legally work. And from there, it's like a domino effect. You can open personal bank accounts, you can start building that super important US credit history. It all starts with the SSN. Getting one is actually pretty straightforward. The first, and I mean most critical step, is getting that EAD approved. Once you have that work permit in your hand, you're ready to go. You just head down to a local Social Security office with your documents. That's your EAD, your passport, and your I-94, which is just the record of your arrival. Hand that over, and then you just play the waiting game for the card to show up in your mail. Oh, and here's a little pro tip for you, and this one's important. Please do not wait around after you get your EAD approval. Get yourself to that Social Security office as fast as you can, like within 10 days if possible. It just helps get the ball rolling and can save you from some serious headaches and delays down the road. Okay, so that's you and your spouse sorted. But what about your kids? They're here with you on a dependent visa, which means they can't work. And if you can't work, you can't get an SSN. So they need a whole different kind of number. And that number is called an Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, or ITIN for short. Its only job, its entire reason for existing, is for taxes. It's a number the IRS gives to people who have to be on a US tax return, but who just aren't eligible for a Social Security number. And this really breaks it down perfectly. Think of it like this. SSN equals work authorization. ITN equals no work authorization. It's just for taxes. It is purely for people who need to be on a tax return, like your kids as dependents, but who legally cannot work in the United States. That's the exact spot your children are in. Okay, so you might be thinking, why even bother with this? The answer is simple: money. It's all about your wallet. Getting an ITIN for each of your kids lets you claim them as dependents when you file your taxes. And that is what unlocks some really valuable tax credits and deductions that can save you a ton of cash. And I mean, we're talking about real money here. A perfect example is the child tax credit. We're talking up to $2,000 per child. So if you have 2 kids, that's potentially $4,000 back in your pocket. If you don't get them an ITIN, you're literally just leaving that money on the table. No way you want to do that. Now, getting an ITIN is a little different. You don't go to an office for this one. What you do is fill out a form. It's called a W-7, and this is the really important part. You attach it to your very first federal tax return. You also have to include the original passport, which I know can feel a little scary, but you can use a certified copy or go through a special agent to avoid mailing the real thing. All right, last piece of the puzzle. We've covered all the people, you, your spouse, your kids. Now it's time to talk about the star of the show, your actual E-2 business. Because yes, it needs its own special ID number too. And that number is the Employer Identification Number, or EIN. And honestly, the best way to think about it is exactly what you see here. An EIN is basically a Social Security number, but for your business. It's the unique number the IRS uses to identify your company. And let's be super clear here. You absolutely cannot run your business without an EIN. It's not optional. You need it to open a business bank account, which is so important for keeping your personal and business finances separate. You need it to hire anyone and run payroll. And of course, you need it to file your business taxes. It's a must-have. But here's the best news I'm going to give you all day. Getting an EIN is, by far, the easiest and fastest part of this whole thing. Seriously. You just go to the official irs.gov website, fill out a super quick online form. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and boom, you get your EIN instantly. You can just download it as a PDF right then and there. It's amazing. And please, please listen to this. I cannot stress this enough. Getting your EIN from the IRS is 100% free. You're going to see all these websites that offer to get one for you for a fee. Don't do it. It's a waste of money. There is absolutely no reason to ever pay a third party for an EIN. Just go straight to the source. All right, that was a lot of info, I know, so let's just pull it all together in one simple summary. A quick little roadmap so you have it all in one place. Okay, this is it. Get your phone out, take a screenshot of this. This is your cheat sheet. For you and your spouse, you need an SSN. That's for work and personal taxes. For your kids, they need an ITIN. That's so you can claim them as dependents. And for your business, it needs an EIN. For banking, for payroll, for its own taxes. See, when you break it down, it's pretty simple, right? And there you go. Now you know exactly what you need to get the right tax ID for everyone in your family and for your new business. Getting these numbers sorted out is a huge first step, a massive win. And it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Now that you've got the official IDs handled, maybe it's time to get your company's bookkeeping system sorted out next.